Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ontario Chaffee Community Show Band performance of Las Vegas Showstoppers. My name is Mike Milheiser, one of your hosts for tonight's concert. A little history lesson. In 1829, a Mexican trader by the name of Antonio Armijo came across what he called a grassland meadow, hence the name Las Vegas. In 1941, the El Rancho Vegas Resort opened on a section of United States Highway 91, just outside the city's jurisdiction. Other hotel casinos soon followed, and the section of highway became known as the Strip. By the early 1950s, Las Vegas had become a true vacation destination. The show band will be taking you on an excursion to what is now the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hello everyone, my name is Jim Milheiser, your co-host. Tonight, the show band pays tribute to a number of great artists who are audience favorites on the Las Vegas stage. They include Dean Martin, Liberace, Chris Bodie, Michael Jackson, Barbra Streisand, Barry Manilow, Frank Sinatra, and the King, Elvis Presley. Our soloists this evening include our old friend, vocalist Jim Bonner, show band, concert master, and vocalist Chris McAleer, buglehorn soloist Aaron Colquhoun, and the exciting Tom Elvis Hill. Sit back and enjoy a great evening of hit songs performed by the outstanding musicians of the show band.
We begin our program with a piece that was made famous by Dean Martin. It ultimately became his signature song. The tune was composed in 1947 by Sam Coslow, Irving Taylor, and Martin's personal pianist, Ken Lane. In 1964, it reached #1 on the Billboard's Hot 100. Let's have a nice round of applause for the show band and director, Gabe Petroselli, as they perform Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime.
Las Vegas's all-time favorite performers was pianist Lee Liberace. His flamboyant outfits and flourishing style on the piano delighted his audiences and were responsible for making him the highest paid performer in the world during the 50s and 60s. We now feature our first solo artist of the evening, vocalist and show band concertmaster Chris McAleer, who will sing Liberace's theme song, I'll Be Seeing You. Please join me in welcoming Chris to center stage.
Thank you. I feel like I should say, hello everybody, there's my brother George. That's Liberace, don't y'all know that?
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. Like history. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Thank you. Dr. Petrocelli. And Mike Pfister, solo trumpet.
Many believe that Elvis Presley was the most popular artist ever to perform on the Las Vegas stage. He was often referred to as the King of Rock and Roll, or simply the King. In 1957, the famous songwriting team of Mike Stoller and Jerry Lieber wrote Jailhouse Rock as part of the soundtrack for the film of the same name. The song was recorded by Presley and became an immediate hit. I think so. Is Elvis in the building? Yes, he is. Let's give a rousing round of applause to Tom Elvis Hill as he sings Jailhouse Rock.
Our next selection was written in 1956 by Tommy Durden and Mae Axton and became one of Presley's greatest hits. The song was voted one of the top 500 songs of all time and was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2004. The song is Heartbreak Hotel.
Everybody having a good time? Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. Down at the end of Lonely Street, Heartbreak Hotel, oh baby, you make me lonely, baby. I'll get so lonely, you'll be so lonesome you could die. Although it's always crowded, can always find some room where broken-hearted people go to weep away the blues, my baby. Lonely, baby, I'll be so lonely, I'll be so lonesome you could die. Now if your baby leaves you, you gotta tell the tale. Take it down the lonely street, Heartbreak Hotel. lonely, baby. Don't be so lonely. I'll be so lonesome I could die. The bellhop hears the blowing, the desk clerk's just a black. They've been so long on lonely street, they never go looking back. So baby, be lonely, baby, be lonely. I'll be so lonesome I could die.
Heartbreak Hotel was great. Just a little history. Tom Elvis Hill became very interested in the music of Elvis Presley and decided to become an Elvis impersonator as a way of paying homage to the great American rock and roll icon. For the past 3 years, he has competed at the Elvis competitions in Las Vegas. Although he has not reached #1 yet, each time he competes, he finishes higher up the list. Great job with that song, Elvis Hill.
One of the great international composer-songwriters of the past 50 years has been Michel Legrand. He has written many successful film scores and songs, one of which is What Are You Doing the Rest of Your Life? The song was recorded by trumpeter Chris Bodie, a frequent visitor on the Las Vegas stage. Tonight, show band flugelhorn player Aaron Hoagland is featured on this beautiful ballad. Let's give Aaron a nice round of applause.
Few artists who have performed in Las Vegas were as popular and well respected as Frank Sinatra, the chairman of the board, a nickname that was well deserved. Our next solo artist will perform two famous Sinatra songs, The Lady is a Tramp and a soft, intimate ballad, One for My Baby. Please join me in welcoming a great entertainer and show band friend, Jim Bonner. The show band will be conducted by Assistant Director Pat Arnold.
Jim's second selection, One for My Baby, was composed in 1943 by Harold Arlen and Johnny Mercer for the movie The Sky's the Limit. Listen carefully to lyrics and you will hear the melancholic story of lost love. Jim will be accompanied on the piano by Maestro Petrocelli.
It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little story you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. I know the routine. Put another nickel in the machine. I'm feeling so bad. Can't you make the music easy and sad? But I could tell you a lot, but you gotta be true to your code. Just make it one for my baby and one more for the road. You'd never know it, but buddy, I'm a kind of poet, and I've got a lot of things I like to say. And when I'm gloomy, won't you listen to me till it's talked away? Well, that's how it goes. And Joe, I know you're getting anxious to close. And thanks for the cheers. I hope you didn't mind my bending your ears. But this torch that I found, it's gotta be drowned, or it soon might explode. So make it one for my baby and one more for the road. The long, it's so long, the very long, so very long. The road. Cheers. You know what I'm wondering? I was just thinking about Dean and Sammy. Where are they when I need them?
One of the great Las Vegas performers was Michael Jackson. His recordings sold millions, but his fame also came from the live performances that he produced. Tonight, the musicians of the show band are featured in a Jackson song that was recorded on his Thriller album in 1982. It ultimately became one of the best-selling singles worldwide. Tonight, the show band will perform an instrumental version of that hit song. So sit back and enjoy Billie Jean.
Another famous Las Vegas performer is the great Barbra Streisand. Her eloquent style and flawless voice have entertained audiences worldwide for over half a century. One song in particular is a favorite because she composed it in collaboration with lyricist Paul Williams. It was the theme song for the 1976 film A Star is Born. Both Streisand and Williams earned an Academy Award for Best Original Song and a Grammy for Song of the Year. Playing the role of Barbra tonight is our talented concert master Chris McAleer. Please join me in giving her a warm round of applause as she sings Evergreen.
I've had some big shoes to fill tonight. But all of them sequiny.
soft as an easy chair. Love, fresh as the morning air. One love that is shared by two. I have found with you, like a rose under the April snow. I was always certain love would grow. Love, ageless and evergreen, seldom seen by two. You and I would make each night a first, every day a beginning. Spirits arise and their dance is unrehearsed. They warm and excite us, 'cause we have the brightest love. Two lights that shine as one. Morning glory and midnight sun. Time we've learned to sail above. Time won't change the meaning of one love, ageless and ever.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Petrocelli and the show band, thank you very much.
It's now time to bring back our featured artist of the evening, Mr. Tom Elvis Hill. Tom is going to sing a trio of Elvis Presley hits, beginning with Hound Dog, followed by Don't Be Cruel, and finishing with Viva Las Vegas. Please join me in welcoming back Tom Elvis Hill.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit, ain't no friend of mine. all the time. Well, you ain't never gonna have it. You ain't no friend of mine. They said you was high class. Oh, that was just a lie. And they said you was high class. Oh, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never gonna have it. You ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine. Thank you. Feel like you're in Vegas? Huh? Yeah. All right. I'd like to do another song for you. A song called Don't Be Cruel. Come on, baby. Take that off of me. That sucker's hot. Thank you. By the way, my wife made this suit. Catherine Hill. You know I can't be found sitting home alone. If you don't come around, please telephone. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Did I make you mad? Something I might have said. Please forget the past. I know the future looks right ahead. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love. I bet it's just you I've been dreaming of. This next song I did open Vegas with, one festival. This is it. Fast as you can. Bright alley city, gonna set my soul, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get them stakes of the fire. 1,000 pretty women living out there, let us fall away, the devil may care. I'm just a devil with love to spare. Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. Oh, I wish that there were more than 24 hours in a day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute. Blackjack, poker, and roulette wheel. Fortune won and lost on every deal. All you need is a strong heart and nerves of steel. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas with those neon flashing and one-on band is crashing. All those hopes down the drain. Viva Las Vegas turning, day into night I'm turning, night into daytime. If you see it all once, never be the same again. Gonna keep on running, gonna have me some fun. It cost me the very last dime. If I wind up broke, well, I've always remembered that I had a swing in time. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay hot. Let me throw a 7 with every shot. Ha! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva, Viva Las Vegas! Thank you. Feel like you're in Vegas now? Thank you.
Frank Sinatra was known for a collection of signature tunes. One of the fan favorites was My Way, which he popularized in 1969. The melody is from the French song Comme Habitude, with English lyrics by Paul Anka. Please welcome back Jim Bonner, who will perform the show band's version of this great Sinatra ballad.
Elvis and I are going to Vegas. Okay? And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I ran each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all and I stood tall and did it my way. As I rebelled, I've laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got, if not himself? Then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, I did it my way. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Petrocelli and the orchestra.
Okay, Evans, I'm up here because it's time to talk about the Hungry Tuba. It's lonely up in the lobby. If you enjoyed tonight's show, which I did, I thought it was a great show tonight. If you, on your way out tonight, stop by the tuba and drop a little reward in there. And then we use that to offset expenses for the concerts like postage or the postcards and everything else. So please visit the Hungry Tuba on the way out tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Hi, everybody. We're sure glad you came tonight. I hope you're glad you came tonight. I'm here to remind you again, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and most importantly of all, our website, which is www.showband.net. Send us a little something to say, yeah, we saw you, or please stop bothering me, Chris, or, whatever works. And Steve Sturgis will take care of that. All right, thanks for coming tonight.
Wasn't Chrissy fantastic tonight? And all the others as well. Jim Bonner, of course, Tom Hill, all of our soloists, fantastic job. This is a time when we want you to forget what you hear. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? No. What happens in our Vegas show, you need to spread and tell other people as well. Because we have a great show each time. One quick message. And Gabe's not even aware of this for sure, but April the 16th is our Doo-Wop Spectacular 2. We're going to be at the Ontario Town Square. We're going to have it there for sure because Oklahoma's coming to town, and we don't know what we're going to have here in front, so we want to make sure you have a great show. So we will be at the Ontario Town Square, and if I may, I want to introduce someone. A number of people who are here who are special to us as well, just like you are. One quick story. I've had a chance to see a lot of these performers in Las Vegas, and the best one I never saw was Lee Liberace. I went there one night with my wife. We went and sat down, and we had prime rib to eat just before he was going to perform, and I had to walk outside. I had the stomach flu. And so I spent the evening in the parking lot and made a mess. Fortunately, my wife stayed inside and watched the show. So that's the best show I never saw. But what happens in Vegas, I'm sharing with you. So we have a lot of VIPs and others who are here tonight. If I may, the president of the Ontario Chafee, I'm sorry, that's me. The president of the Chafee Joint Union High School District, Sue Ovid, is here tonight. Thank you for allowing us to use this wonderful facility. We also have the Assistant Superintendent of Alternative Instruction, Chris Hollister, tonight. And Chris is a member of our Friends board, as is Jim Millheiser, the treasurer for the City of Ontario, one of our narrators. He happens to be our treasurer for the Ontario Chafee Community Show Band. And his older brother, Mr. Michael Millheiser, is also, besides being a wonderful narrator tonight, and city manager at Adelanto for a little while longer, right? He's in the high desert. But anyway, Mr. Millheiser is a member of the Monte Vista. He's a director on the Monte Vista Water Board as well, Water District. We have the former president and now just a member of the governing board for Chafee College. Katie Roberts is here tonight. Captain Katie, I don't know where she went, but I know she's here. I saw her walk in. She had her pistol drawn, I think. Anyway, we have the president of the Cucamonga School District, David Ortega, here tonight. Thank you, David, as well, for being here. We have Jane Mercer. We always love having Jane here. Thank you again, Jane, for being here. We have one of our great sponsors, Richard Ortiz, who does so much for our band, makes the evening so nice. Thank you, Richard, for being here. Thank you for your sponsorship in the back. And we have Al Bowling here, who is the Deputy City Manager for the City of Ontario, also the Vice President of the Friends Board as well. We have our Secretary for the Friends Board, Arlene Blanchard, who does such a wonderful job. And without getting my blue suede shoes stepped on, I'm going to step down and give it to the greatest conductor that we have, Mr. Gabe Petrocelli.
Thank you, Gary. I raced through the songs so that we could spend a moment with the acknowledgments, and I want to start with my sincere thanks to the greatest show band in all the land, the Ontario Chafee Community Show Band. I say this all the time because it's true that these shows are impossible to produce without the help of several dozen people. Assistant directors David Shaftsman, Pat Arnold. Stand up, gentlemen. Production manager Russ Griffin. Stage manager and board member and jack of all trades and right-hand lady Arlene Blanchard. Our social media directors Chris McAleer and Steve Sturgis. John Knapp Video Productions. Scott Noble does a great job in the district litho department producing your programs. He was on, interesting story, he was on jury duty, and it was a serious one. And so he put this all together this morning, and we were just doing this back and forth by email, but I hope there aren't too many mistakes. If there is, they're my fault. Steve Davis, our talented photographer. Where's Steve? Oh, he's taking my picture. Okay. And Lisa Harper. Lisa is David's fiance, and she did the slide production tonight. So give Lisa a nice round of applause. Bob Mattis, our show band manager. And our wonderful hospitality team of Alma Cruz, Nancy Anderson, and Christina Abernathy. Unfortunately, Alma wasn't here, and I want to thank Glenda Griffin. Where are you, Glenda? Glenda, is Glenda? She's not here? Okay, well, she brought the coffee tonight, and, you know, I was in a real pickle because I had to be here to rehearse the guys, and she picked up all the coffee that you had, so I want to thank her. And my beautiful daughter and her handsome husband up there for donating the cookies for the last 5 years. Laura and Kevin Porter. And my beautiful wife, Susan, without whose support and patience, this would be simply impossible. And as Gary said, that we have a whole bunch of donors. You can look on the back of your program. My sincere thanks to the two distinguished narrators. I'd seen Mike over at Los Portales. Mike said he was 10 years younger than Jim, so I don't know whose story to believe, whether... and our talented, before I introduce our guest next month, our talented solo artist, Mr. Jim Bonner. On guitar, with the guitar solos, Mr. Roman Ferranda. Stand up, Roman. Trumpet solo, Mr. Mike Pfister. Stand up, Mike. Our fantastic soloist and vocalist and everything, Chris McAleer. Pat Arnold. Pat, stand up. Pat Arnold. Absolutely fantastic high school musician who he's just so very talented. Aaron, where are you? Stand up, Aaron Hogin. Aaron Hogin. High school student. Hi, Sherry. Mike, how you doing? And our headliner, Mr. Tom Elvis Presley. Hill. Take your pictures. Aren't they talented? Really, really nice. Next month, we're going to do a doo-wop spectacular, and my close friend and gold record recording star is going to be our special guest. So he's here tonight, and I want to introduce him. He was a member of the Drifters and the Coasters several years ago, Mr. Ron Ellington Shy. you're going to be in for a treat. So write it down on your calendar. Make sure that you are here for our fantastic doo-wop spectacular. So if not, it'll be at the Ontario Town Square. Okay. All right, I think I've done everything I can do. So I'll turn it over to our distinguished narrator, and we'll finish up the show.
Before we wrap it up, we had several members of the audience come up to Jim and I and ask that we do a moment of silence for our police officer who passed away in Pomona on Saturday, giving his life protecting the citizens of Pomona. So if that's okay, if we could do that now, sir? Thank you very much. On behalf of Dr. Petroselli and the entire show band family, and my co-narrator Jim Millheiser, and yours truly, Mike Millheiser, we sincerely thank you for spending your evening with us. Most importantly, we hope that you enjoyed your musical journey to Las Vegas.
We look forward to seeing you on April the 16th for our exciting doo-wop spectacular concert at Ontario Town Square. Our special guest artist will be Ron Ellington Shy, the nephew of Duke Ellington and a former member of the Coasters and the Drifters. The show band concludes the performance this evening with the exciting song written by another exciting Las Vegas performer, Barry Manilow. And now, here is Copacabana.
set my soul, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get them stakes up higher. 1,000 pretty women living out there, let us fall away. The devil may care, and I'm just a devil with